Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Vinoda Radha Vinoda Radha. Jaya Radha Vinoda Radha Vinoda Radha. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe. Jayo Jagannatha, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Balade, Jaya Subhadra. Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Balade, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitago Haribo, 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 Nitago Haribo. Nitaigo Haribo, 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 Nitago Haribo. Gopi Manande. Jaya Vishnupa Paramahansa Paribraja Kacharya Sutta Sadasi Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jaya Vishnupa Paramahansa Paribraja Kacharya Sutta Sadasi Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Iskon Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Sikha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Go Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Kundi Giri Govardhan Ki. Vrindavadam Ki. Mayapudam Ki. Dwakadam Ki. Jagannatham Ki. Ganga Maya Maya Ki. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki. Susnitai Gurachanda Ki. Tishada Bino Bihari Ki Jai. This is Jagannath Balade Subhadra Ki. Harinam Sankirtan Ki. Samavita Bhakta Binda Ki. Nitai Gopi Manande. All glory to the Samba devotees. All glory to the Samba devotees. All glory to the Samba devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru Gauranga. Yes. What's that noise? What's that noise? What is the noise? Huh? Oh, okay. Om Ajnana Timandasya Gyanagana Salakaya Chaksusumlitaye Natasma Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobishta Stapita Yana Bhutale Sayarupa Kadamanya Dadati Sapadantikan Vande Hasi Guru Sita Padakamalan Se Guru Vaishnavascha Se Rupam Sakajata Sagana Ragunata Vitanta Sajivan Sadhuita Savaduta Parijana Sata Sri Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Padasahagana Lalita Sri Visakha Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kantu Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gorange Radha Brindabaniswari Visabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Krishna Ya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandana Yacha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Vasudeva Sutan Deva Kansa Chanuramadana Devaki Paramananda Krishna Bande Jagaguru Panchaka Patarubhyascha Kripasindhi Devacha Patitana Pavana Devyo Vaishna Devyo Namo 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 Mahavadaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gorati Se Nama Se Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadara Sivasadi Gora Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ananda Lila Maya Vigra, Johima Bada Vichabi Sundaraya, Tasma Maha, Premersa Pradaya Chitacharya Namasute. Hare Krishna. So I'm glad, happy to be here. ISKCON ICC this evening. Is that ICC? What does it stand for? ISKCON Cultural Center, ICC. Okay, not ISKCON Convention Center. Nice, ISKCON Cultural Center. Okay, all right, that's good. So it's my first time here. I've been coming to Bangalore many times in our other temples, and I came here about a week ago for Gopunim celebration. So I was traveling in the state, Chitraduga, Chimoga, a lot of wonderful devotees are there. So, of course, this is a very special season for the Vaishnavas, especially for the Mahaprabhu Bhakta, devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because we celebrate the Gopunim, or the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared 538 years ago, 1486. So 1486 is the time Mahaprabhu came. Mahaprabhu, this prayer, which is composed by Silarupa Goswami, he said, Namo Mahavadanyaya, Krishna Pima Pradayate, Krishna Ya Krishna Chaitanya, Namine Gora to say Namaha, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a very special incarnation of God, of Krishna. But it's actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not just an incarnation, he is Krishna himself. But he came to give us, he gave us what was never given before by any other incarnations. There have been so many incarnations of Krishna. Ite Chamsam Kalapamsam, Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. There are so many incarnations are there. But they all come to teach. Whenever they come, they establish Dharma, and then they protect the devotees. Lord Krishna says, Paritnaya Sadhunam, Vinasacha Duskritam, Dhamma Samstapanachaya, Sambhavami Yuge, that in every age I come to establish the Dharma, and also to give protection to the sadhu, and also to annihilate the irreligious elements, demons. Just like when Krishna came, so many incarnations they come, they became many demons like Lord Ram, Nishingadev, and of course Lord Krishna. But the main purpose of their incarnation is to actually give happiness to the devotees. So, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came more than 500 years ago, and as he came to give us what was never taught, what was never given before by any other incarnation. That is Krishna Prem, love of God. This was never taught before. How one can develop love for God. Now, the prime examples of this are the inhabitants of Vrindavan. I live. I'm staying in Vrindavan. He's come from Vrindavan. Krishna Balaram Mandir. So the prime example of those devotees who have love for God are the Brijbasis, inhabitants of Vrindavan. Their love for Krishna is not ordinary love. It's not ordinary love. Normally in this material world, there are four pursuits. People, everyone for pursuing four items: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha is the pursuit of everyone in this material world. People, there's religiosity, Dharma, and then there is the looking for wealth, portions of wealth, economic endeavor, and then this is that is Artha, economic endeavor, whereby everyone is engaging in various economic propensities. And then when you economic development, let's say you have business or you're working, so then you want to enjoy the fruit of your work. So that is karma. Karma means to enjoyment, sense gratification. So dharma artha kama, which means to enjoy what you have been laboring for. However, sometimes it comes to a point whereby you get tired. It comes to a point whereby you get fed up of this world, because you know that yes, everything is temporary. Whatever endeavor you may undergo in this world, the result is always temporary. Temporary happiness, temporary distress, everything is temporary. Lord Krishna says, Matras Pashato Konteya, Sitoshina Dukadaha, Agama Paino Titias, Tantishava Bharata. So Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that just like we have winter and summer season, they come and go. Now we just finished the winter, now we are in the springtime, now summer is beginning. Now summer become very, very hot. Maybe not so much in Bangalore, but now all over India now, we are entering very hot season. I was told this morning in Vrindavan, it's like 37 degrees. When I was in other parts of Karnataka, it's very, very, very hot there. And it's going to be now for the next few months. Very, very hot. And then after some time, when the October comes, November comes, becomes very, very cold. So you have extreme hot, extreme cold, So location says, Sito Ushna. He said, so happiness and distress in this material world, it's like that. They're like seasonal changes. They come and go. But Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, time to take shots about that you have to tolerate. You have to tolerate the appearance of happiness and distress, because they come and go. There is no permanence in any of them. So when someone becomes a little bit more reflective, someone becomes a little bit more introspective. And also when we analyze this material world, we know that this material world is also full of misery. We're trying to enjoy ourselves, but at the same time, it's full of misery. Tapatraya, three types of misery: adiabhatic, the misery given by other living entities, Adidaivik, the miseries given by the demigods, like natural disasters. Sometimes you have earthquake, you have tornadoes, so many things like this. Adidaivik. And then there's Adhyatmiko, the misery which is given by your own mind. Most of the time, people become troubled by their mind. People become so troubled by their mind that they want to commit suicide. That, oh, this world is so unbearable, let me commit suicide. And it's sad that people are committing suicide. You can see all classes of people, rich or poor, they are committing suicide. So that's the nature, that's Adhyatmika, you know. So these 3-4 miseries of life is always there. So when someone becomes very, very introspective, they say, oh, I want moksha, I want liberation, I want to be free from this material world. This material world is full of misery, so therefore, let me get out of this material world. So when they start thinking of moksha, so they start pursuing different avenues on how this moksha can be attained. Normally, people begin by gyan, by cultivating knowledge. They begin by understanding, by trying to analyze the situation of this material world and trying to separate what we call neti, not this, not that, because the spiritual path is always different from the material path. So people engage in gyan, in and also in meditation, in yoga, mystic endeavors, so that they can attain moksha. Of course, if you make lots of endeavors and you perform this discipline, yoga discipline or gyan, whatever, then it's possible to attain moksha. And what does moksha mean? Moksha simply means you try to merge yourself into what we call Brahmajyoti, or impersonal Brahman effulgence, which is the light that is coming from the body of the Lord, impersonal Brahman. So that is the ultimate attainment of spiritual seekers in this world. But far above these 4 Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, there's what we call Panchama Purushartha, 5th goal of life. This 5th goal of life is love. Love for God. Love for God. That's the 5th goal of life. And this 5th goal of life is attainable by rendering bhakti unto Krishna, devotional service. And this bhakti is not an ordinary bhakti, but it's we call prema bhakti. So Chaitanya Prabhu, he came to teach this prema bhakti. This is what we actually came to give. How someone can develop love for Krishna, love for God. And the primary examples of this are the inhabitants of Vrindavan, the Brijabasis. So the Brijabasis, they love Krishna so much that they don't have any personal consideration for their own self. They just love God for everything, which means to them, Krishna is their life. As in this material world, everyone is after self-interest. Everyone is after self-interest. Even our so-called loved ones, let's say love for the family members, love for children, love for friends, for wife, for society, it's actually because of one's own consideration. because of one's own consideration, that one say, oh, I love this person, I love that person, because of one's own self. But this material, the love in this material world, it does not really last. Because the so-called person that you say you may have love for, tomorrow it may be opposite of that. It may be opposite. Just like, let's say you have children, you have so much love for children, and when the same children, when they grow up, they become like enemy. When they grow up. So there's not really love. But our hankering for love is actually meant for our own self. So, but the inhabitant of Vrindavan, the Brijabasi, to them, the self is Krishna. There's no consideration for their own self. The self is Krishna. So because the self is Krishna, so therefore they're able to apply all the love towards the self, which is Krishna. So therefore, one Vaishnava, he made a composition. He said, Mora Krishna, what is that? Mora Krishna Prananath, that Krishna is my life. Krishna is my life. Krishna is my everything. You know, so this love was never, how to love God, how to love Krishna, was never taught before until Nityam Prabhu came. Even when Lord Krishna was here 5,000 years ago, he taught so many things. He taught Bhagavad Gita. He says, Savadama Pratyagya, Mamekam Sanam Braja, Ahantun Savapapebyo, Moksha Sriya means Suchaha, Mamana Bava Mabakto, Martyachinam Namaskuru, Mam Evasasis Satyante Pratijuna Piyosime. So Krishna said that surrender, give up all religion, give up all consideration, surrender unto me. Always thinking of me in bhav, with feelings, you know, no other consideration. And if you do this, then you will come to me. But how to have this loving feeling towards him, Krishna did not teach. Because it's impossible, he did not show us because it's impossible, because he himself is the receptacle of love, is the Visaya, is the object of love. The Lord was there, he is receiving all love for the devotees, especially the Brijabasis, the Gopas, the Gopis, the Sakya, the friends, they all having their reciprocal, their loving dealings towards Krishna. So Krishna is simply enjoying their loving reciprocations. So therefore, Krishna is called a Lila Purushottam, the one who have loving pastimes with his devotees. So it's not possible when one is the object of love to be teaching it. It's impossible. But Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, so he, Krishna, as a Chaitanya Prabhu, even though he is God, but he did not come as God. He came as a devotee. He came as a devotee to teach us how to love God. And he did that by his own personal example. Because the way to teach, one cannot teach properly unless one can show by example. When we say Acharya, an Acharya is the one who teaches by example. That's an Acharya. He teaches by example. Because an Acharya cannot say something and then do something different. An Acharya cannot say, worship God, love God, and himself does not do so. An Acharya, he teaches by example. So Chaitanya Prabhu, he taught by his own example. He taught by his own example that yes, how to chant Krishna's name with feelings in the mood of love. So therefore, Chaitanya Prabhu his body will be full of ecstatic feelings, ecstatic manifestation when he's calling out unto Krishna. When he's calling out unto Krishna's holy name. So therefore, Chaitanya Prabhu, with this prayer, Namo Mahabda Yaya, Krishna Prema Pradayate, Krishna Ya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gora to say Namaha. This is what he has come to, and this is the basis of the Hare Krishna movement. This is Chaitanya Prabhu Sampradaya is about fostering this, how one can love God. And in one prayer by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, because when Chaitanya Prabhu came, first he taught us the process of developing love for God through the chanting of the holy name. He said that yes, through the Nam Sankirtan, through the Nam Sankirtan, then one can develop love for God through the Nam Sankirtan. So Nityananda Prabhu, who was the expansion of Chaitanya Prabhu, so he opened up the marketplace of the holy name. He opened up the market of the place of the holy name. Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Majan Pati Yachi Namuata Jibera Karan. So he opened the marketplace of the holy name, whereby the jivas they can purchase this holy name, because he has opened up a marketplace. Sadabanjana, Sadabanjana, Sadaban. So which means you go to a marketplace and you have to make a purchase. So when you make a purchase, you have to pay for it. So what is the currency that you use to pay? So the currency, the form of payment that Lord Nityananda asks is simply faith. Shraddha. Shraddha. And what is this Shraddha? Jivera or Sharup or Krishna Nityadas. That Jiva is an eternal servant of Krishna. We are eternal servant of Krishna. We are Krishna's servant. We are not Maya dust, servant of Maya. But of course, when we turn our back away from Krishna, so we become servant of Maya. But our constitutional position is that we are servant. Either we are servant of Krishna, God, or we are servant of Maya. One of the two. But you cannot, there's no such a thing as freedom or independence. The so-called independence in this material world, it's simply illusion. And of course, because the living entity has a free will, you have the free will to render service to God, to develop love for Krishna, love for God. The free will is there, But if the free will, independence is properly used, then you serve God. Otherwise, you serve Maya, but you always have to do. Prabhu Agyana Bai Maikiye Bika Bolo Krishna Bajo Krishna Kuro Krishna Sika. So Prabhu is teaching us. He's teaching us begging. Nityananda Prabhu will go door to door and be begging everybody. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna, Sika, that. Chant Krishna's name, worship Krishna, and learn about Krishna. Learn about Krishna. Then it's a Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran, that Krishna is everything. Krishna is your life. Krishna is the mother, Krishna is the father, Krishna is the life, Krishna Dana Pran is the life. So, and then of course, the Krishna Samsara, Kora Chadyanacha, Jivedoya Krishnanam Samadhamasha. That at the same time that yes, when you are doing your work in this material world, then as devotee, it's a Jivedoya. Jivedoya means be compassion on the other jivas. Jivedoya Krishnanam Samadham. That also because devotee, for instance, we have been given this process of Krishna consciousness, and this process of Krishna consciousness make you happy. Like when Srila Prabhupada came to the West, he said, chant and be happy. Chant Krishna's name and be happy. And if you take this process properly, you will be happy. And that happiness is a lasting happiness. So when someone is happy, so what happens is that, and you know that the whole world is also unhappy. The whole world is unhappy. So what you do, you have compassion. Jivadoya, you develop compassion, and then you give the same thing to other people also. So you share, because you find this great treasure, and then you want to share it with others. So therefore, devotees, they are very, very magnanimous. Devotees are very, very magnanimous because they have the gift of Krishna consciousness. And this gift is what really gives everyone happiness. And then they share it with others. That yes, you're not happy in this material world. Chant Krishna's name because you are part of Krishna. Chant Krishna's name, worship Krishna, know something about Krishna, know something about your relationship with Krishna. So this is the ISKCON movement. This is the purpose of ISKCON. When Srila Prabhupada, he came to the West in 1965, but he established ISKCON in 1966. When Prabhupada came to America, when he first arrived on the ship, then he composed some prayers. He wrote some prayers. And one of these prayers, he said that, my dear Lord, praying to Krishna, he said, my dear Lord, I do not know why you have brought me to this place. Because in America, especially a place like New York City, New York, if you've ever been to America, this is the headquarters of Maya. It's the Maya's headquarters. So Prabhupada writing, he said, my dear Lord, I don't know why you have brought me to this place, because here, people, they are simply in the mode of passion and ignorance. That's what everyone is. So I don't know if they'll be able to understand your message. I don't know if they'll be able to understand your message, but I'm sure you have a reason for bringing me here. So therefore, make me dance, Nachao Semate. Make me dance, make me dance, make me dance. You know. And then almost 1 year, Srila Prabhupada, he was wandering on the streets of New York. He was wandering, trying to find out who to speak to, who to preach to, practically for almost a whole year. And when Prabhupada was there in 1965, almost every month, Prabhupada would be, because when he came from India, he has a return ticket to go back. He came on a steamship, Jaladuta. And he has a return ticket to go back to India. So every month, Prabhupada we go check with the ship company to find out when they are going back to, when they'll be going to India. So every month, Prabhupada is saying that maybe I should go back to India because, you know, it's just such a big city, so much materialism. But after almost 1 year, then some young people, they started listening to him. So young people started listening to him. And then when some young people decided listening to him, and then from there, this ISKCON movement started. And then Prabhupada, with these young people, so he sat down underneath a tree in Thompson Square Park, started chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, and everyone started becoming attracted. And I started hearing this message, and proper message is that chant and be happy. Because this was a time when In order to get happiness, especially the youth, everyone was taking LSD, cocaine. The LSD is a powerful drug whereby you take it, you have this illusion of thinking yourself that you are on top of the world. You cannot imagine what is LSD. You think yourself that yes, you can fly from the top of a building. So you think yourself to be on top of the world. But after some time, so when the effect of the drug comes down, then again you're back to the square one. The Prophet said, you chant this my mantra, be happy forever. Not temporary happiness, be happy forever. And that became the motto of the Hare Krishna movement. So in this way, the ISKCON spread all over the world. From one center now, ISKCON is all over the world. I joined in 1977. And from Africa. Wherever you go, ISKCON is there. I remember one time I think I was in Africa one time, and then we were driving, we were going, and as we were going, some police barricade stopped us. So when the police barricade stopped us, we say, oh, Hare Krishna. And when we say the Hare Krishna, the police also say Hare Krishna. And then they let us go like that. So this Hare Krishna mantra has been spread, is being chanted all over the world. So anyway, I'm glad to be here this evening. I don't know, we don't have so much time because after 8 o'clock, we kind of came late. So thank you very much for listening. If anybody have any question, you can please ask. I hope you're able to hear me. Is it?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare
Thank you very
Krishna.
much for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Thank you very much for the wonderful class.
Okay.
Can you help us to know how you came to Krishna conscious, Prabhu? What inspired you to take up Krishna conscious, Prabhu?
You already said it. You read it in the beginning.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was a little late.
Okay. So ask another question about what I was talking about. I joined when I was 18 years old. That's like 47 years ago. But you can ask another question. I'm sure you will have so many questions about Krishna consciousness, about the process of bhakti, why we are here, why devotees are always chanting, and what do you get out of chanting? All these things. How to address the problems of life. Life is full of problems. How do we address it? So, yes, one Mataji at the back. Give the mic to Mataji at the back. Yeah, it's gonna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, you talked about pure love and then you said chant and be happy. But practically, it is very difficult to experience happiness. That is what is my.
Can you please repeat what you said? I cannot hear.
Mataji is saying that you in your address now said, chant and be happy.
Yeah.
So I'm chanting, but happiness, to be happy is not possible. At least for me, it is very difficult. So that is what she's saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there when we're chanting. We don't feel the effect of chanting because we have so many other considerations. So many other considerations is there in respect to our family, friends, societies, all these things. So long as other considerations is there, then it will be difficult to really feel the effects of chanting. Because chanting is a spiritual activity, is the activity of the soul. It's not the activity of the body. So which means we have to be on the soul platform, not on the material platform. We will not, we cannot have bodily considerations in terms of what is good for me, what am I going to get from this, or I have so many needs. How is Krishna going to fulfill my needs? So when we have all these considerations, then it's difficult to really feel the effect of chanting. Like Srila Bhaktisiddhanta will always say that we are supposed to serve Krishna. Our duty, our constitutional duty is to serve Krishna, but usually we want Krishna to serve us. Instead of begging for service of Krishna, we want Krishna to be our servant. That is, Krishna, give me this, give me that, look after me, this, We want Krishna to be our servant, not that we want to be servant of Krishna. When my Prabhu was praying, he said, Nadana Najanana Sundarin Kavitava Jagadishkama. He said that, my dear Lord, I do not want anything, wealth or relationship, whatever. I simply want to be your servant. Mama Germany Swari Babata Bhakti, I took it to you. That yes, birth after birth, I simply want to be your servant, birth after birth. So this is the real platform whereby one is chanting out of selfless, which means without any consideration, without that consideration, when one is chanting and then one's having a feeling towards the Lord, whereby you are chanting because the love is the most important person in your life. Krishna is the most important person in your life. So when you are chanting Krishna's name, you feel that Krishna is dancing on your tongue. So therefore, Krishna's name become very, very sweet. You feel that Krishna is dancing on your tongue, and as you feel that Krishna is dancing on your tongue, you don't want to stop chanting. You don't want to stop chanting. So one great devotee is praying that, oh, my dear Lord, your name is so wonderful, so sweet that just having one mouth is not enough. I want to have so many mouths so that I can chant your name. Also great to hear that I wish to have millions and millions of ears to hear your name, to hear about your quality. So these are the devotees who have no any other consideration in this world. The only consideration is simply how to give happiness to the Lord. They don't even care for their own happiness. The only happiness is how to give that to the Lord. And if you do that, of course, there is a reciprocation. Just like devotees are always hankering for Krishna, Krishna is also always hankering for his devotees. It mentions that Krishna is always where his devotees are. You develop, you hanker for Krishna, you call out to Krishna. Krishna is also looking for you also. Because love for God is a two-way street. It's not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. You love him, he also loves you back. You see? So we just have to have this mentality that, yes, I should not have any consideration. I should not be thinking about what is good for me. What am I going to do? I should simply be thinking about, yes, how am I going to love God? How will I going to please him? And what pleases him? And how do you know what pleases him? Then you have to have a teacher who will teach you what pleases Krishna. And then you will see a whole change within yourself. This happiness will come. Then you're happy, you'll be happy forever. Any other question? Is that okay? Hare Krishna. Any other question? Don't be shy to ask questions. You have a question? So Mataji has asked the next question. Why is it I'm chanting so much, still I'm not happy? But never stop chanting. Even if you don't feel happiness, just keep chanting. That time will come. The time will come. Never stop chanting. Yeah. So anyway, I guess since there's no question, so thank you very much for listening. Grant Rashmi Bhagavatam, I mean Srila Prabhupada ki, Gopi Manande, Hare Krishna. Want to
Hare Krishna. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you on behalf of ICC, on behalf of all the people who are here. Thank you for the wonderful class. So devotees, I would just request all of you to, as a expression of gratitude for Prabhu for having taken time, and he has come here and then he gave us a very nice class. So let's chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Prabhuji now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So with this, we will. Okay, so with this, we will conclude today's session. Prabhu, Prasadam is there? Okay, Prasadam is there, so I request devotees to kindly join the Prasadam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.